Everybody, it's Brandon with RPG Overviews, and it's time for more Mutant Crawl Classics adventures. This is number 7, Reliquary of the Ancient Ones. It's a level 0 tournament adventure by Mark Brunner and Jim Wampler. I'll be spoiling it, and links down in the description if you want to pick it up. Let's take a look at this cool cover here. We've got our adventurers coming down here. It's our Seeker team, and we've got a dinosaur, a robot, a knight, and like a gunslinger right here. So kind of a very interesting group of foes that they're facing. Let's take a look at the back of it. It says, when a Ttrpg reveals that the jungle village has existed for centuries atop an installation of the Ancient Ones, your good fortune seems too good to be true. Surely enough, artifacts and ancient lore exist to satisfy desires for power, both subtle and gross. But your tribe's seeker teams are all out on missions, so it falls to you and your youngling friends to volunteer for an exploration of the hidden treasures and knowledge that lie in the reliquary beneath your feet. Some of you will even make it back. Probably. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty nasty. So, this is a little bit different of an adventure. This is a tournament adventure for Mutant Crawl Classics. And if you don't know what that is, I'll kind of explain it to you a little bit. Great piece of art right here. Whole bunch of these robots attacking these adventurers here. So, that's a nasty little ruckus going on right there. So, what we've got is we've got this holographic history archive, and it says it's a showpiece of the Ancient Ones, and it exists right underneath your village. So you have this terraquake that happens, and it opens up this big hole in the ground where you see this light coming out of this kind of this portal here, and you're going to have to, you're going to have 0 level characters. It is a funnel, but it's also, of course, a tournament adventure. So it's going to tell you a bit about how to do tournament adventures. There's some optional rules here for having clones for your character, but the actual information you need is going to be right back here in the back. Right here, how to run an MCC RPG tournament funnel. The different type of rules. It's designed for 8 to 10 players, and each of them will have a single 0 level PC. It says, with each player receiving only 1 PC, the epic funnel works best with several players standing ready to cycle in new PCs. Without at least 10 or more players, the endless series of deaths results in new characters' risks becoming boring and stale. So it just explains to you how you can, when you die, you come back, someone else is going to take your place. And it's how many encounters that you get like a stamp, and it says right here, like, I survived and dead stamp, or make like a large X if you don't have those stamps. And it's how many of the encounters you have survived, and it'll rank you, who did best, first, second, and third. There's some logistics here. Use a team of judges, keep the action rolling, and make the event special. Maybe you come up and you maybe get like a little trophy or a plaque or create something. So you make it a fun event for everybody involved. That's how tournaments go. There's obviously a little bit more to it than that, but overall they're extremely fun and a lot of people enjoy playing them. And that's what this is. So we've got this holographic history AI responses. So it's going to really kind of start way down here, this section here with player start and the holo program selection room. But what is interesting is this first part that made me laugh here. You've got this holographic history AI. So it's going to break down some stuff about how to run the adventure. Again, kind of telling you a little bit more about the tournament, how to do artifact checks, and how there'll be like combat artifact checks you'll more than likely have to use in this, because you're going to see stuff, then you're going to need to pick it up and give it a shot. There are some kind of random things that you can come across, and that's going to be a lot of the creatures that we saw here on the cover. Things such as an android gunslinger. There's a casino, a jazz club, there's a medieval knight, there's murder soldiers and primitive men, and dinosaurs. We all enjoy killing dinosaurs. But I did enjoy this. So whenever it says responses to queries or verbal inputs, if the holographic history AI can't give you an answer, you can roll a d12 and get one of these things. And these are very fun. It's got stuff like I don't know, they're all dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. It's got a lot. These are references from a lot of cool science fiction movies and TV shows. Everything from 2001: A Space Odyssey to Logan's Run, and I just really enjoyed reading those. And there's some that I didn't really know. I went and looked them up, and that was kind of fun to do. So these are very cool. And if people, maybe if somebody can, I would do a thing where if someone can recognize where the saying is from, maybe give them some sort of bonus to their character. I think that'd be a cool way to kind of give them a little bit of a prize for figuring that out. So you are going to have these random things that can come up every once in a while. There is rules for having clones of your characters, and your characters in essence get better. Okay, so they could, or they can just have like some weird stuff happen to them. So it's the same character, it's just a clone of them. And if there's more clones of them there, of that same character, different things are going to happen. But this is, I don't know, it's already, to me, it's already kind of a challenge to do a tournament. So I don't know if I would probably use that if I was running this, but the option is there and it is pretty cool. And there's those random encounters up there if you want to roll up something like the casino or jazz club. And it's just going to be kind of neat to have those other things come into it, because what we're going to have is we're going to have this holo program selection here. And you're going to have several rooms that are going to open up. This portal with this control right here. And it's going to help if we go to the map. Map's a little bit abstract, so we'll take a look here. So we're going to start out right here at the start. This is where they come in. And then they're going to type in some program numbers, try to figure it out. And it's going to take them to different rooms. Now, one of the rooms is going to be kind of closed off, and unless you've got a lot of people. If you've got what you need, like if you've got a lot of people, you can go into the Ttrpg reactor, which is a big deal. But you're going to probably start off here with this first one. But you never know exactly what they're going to come across. But obviously it's written in this fashion, so we'll go through it. So you can see kind of how the map is. I'm going to try to keep my hand right there. That way we can flip back and forward on it. But you can see here, like maybe the program's offline, or the recreation room is going to be area 1, 2. They do tell you a lot about how the artifacts are. Some artifacts and things that you find in there, they disappear when you leave the room. Some of the stuff, it actually stays with you, and those are going to be stronger items. So that's pretty cool. You're going to have, and that's right here with like these holo artifacts worn. Like if you have certain amount of these artifacts that don't go away, what it kind of does for you. So that's interesting. And so you're going to have kind of this first thing here, where you're going to have this level 1 here, this the area 1-1 is going to be the holo program selection, and where you're actually going to type in the different programs, try to work on the console to open up the different doors, or the different portal, I should say, to take you to the different places. So I would say that a lot of this here is just a little bit confusing and a little bit challenging. You got to really make sure you read it and understand exactly what they're talking about with this stuff. So when you are going to go on, you're going to have like this, like a temple, and that's going to be one of the first places here as we look here, these ruins, this swamp, and this temple going into this cave. So this has kind of got multiple parts to it. And I really like the first part of it. You're going to have stuff like these skull aliens are going to show up, and they look pretty cool right there. Pretty nasty looking dudes. They're going to try to kill you, these skull aliens. But there's some cool stuff to be rewarded should you take them down, like a Dazer pistol and meta shots. Then you're going to go on the path of the gods. As you're going to traverse this way through these ruins, you're going to come across this translucent spider. That's going to be a pretty nasty little event there, because it's completely translucent. It's hard to see. And then you're going to get into the Cave of Skulls right here. And it's cool because it's back on this page here. But you're going to have more skull aliens and a skull alien champion. His holo arm detaches from his torso and remains solid even after the simulation resets. It's one of the holo artifacts, and you can use it. So it's got it right here. It's going to give you +6 strength, which is fantastic. So you might want to use that for sure. And then you're going to get to the next section. It's going to be the Reliquary. So we've gone all through that. Now we're at number 1-3. And here we have the actual Reliquary. And there's all these different items from back in the past. They are, in essence, locked away by these stasis fields. You can try to destroy them. And what will happen is you may cause this parasitic being, this dimensional dweller, to kind of open up a portal, take you into its kind of own dimension, where you'll have to fight it in order to get out. It's a neat little encounter there, a little different, obviously. Could be pretty nasty. It's got a good bit of hit points. And again, this is for 0 level characters too. But one thing I like about it too, it tells you here simulation in conditions, like how do you have to get out of each of these rooms, because they're kind of by themselves. But once you meet the simulation in conditions, a portal will open up, and it'll let you go back into the main hub of the Reliquary. So like right here, the simulation will continue to run until the Skull Alien Champion is defeated, after which the exit portal will appear in a wall of the cave. So it's kind of the same thing with each of the rooms, so that's very helpful. Next, we got the Middle Children of the Gods. That's going to be this room right here. It's the thing you see on the on this page here with all these robots. Kind of neat. It's got a whole bunch of these dudes. You can see them down here. I really like this page. It's fantastic. These are some of the status artifacts that you can find, by the way. You'll roll those up. That's going to be fun to see which one you get out of there. These robots are cool. They all have like blue lights in their chest, except for one who has red. And you can see this guy here is looking over. He has got a virus in him, and he's going to try to touch other robots to infect them with that virus. And you need to try to stop them. And this is just going to be a really cool big fight with all these robots. Hopefully looking something maybe like this, but maybe better off in the players on their side, because it looks like they're really taking it right there. But the simulation ends. It will continue to run until either all the infected robots have been defeated or when all remaining robots have been infected. So it's either going to be they infect everybody or you're able to stop them. So it's going to be a neat room. And I like how this adventure, because of the way it's set up, you're going to have different things that's going to really change. The brain magics of the ancient ones. This is going to be, it's kind of like looking back into the past, where you're going to see how maybe a vision of the past where there's a war going on. You've got this genetics laboratory where they're doing a lot of work, okay, and they've got that cortexin cylinders are in there. There's a lot of stuff to grab out of here. There is a lot of strange proto reptiles in cages, and there's going to be stuff like manimals and reptiles, felines, canines. Various different types of things, obviously, in here. And the simulation is going to end once the lockdown conditions is deactivated or all proto-manimals have been freed from their cages. So you can kind of free these things. Some of them will attack you when they free them, so that's going to be interesting. Triggering one of the events that accompanied the great disaster of the past. So it's kind of neat seeing what happened in the past in this. In addition to using these, the access vent, the PCs can also use the multi-tool to attempt to bypass the security access on the door. In essence, if you could unlock the door that's there, you can also get out. So that's cool. And then you got the experimental Ttrpg reactor. Now, this thing is wild, and it does say that you pretty much need to have like a lot of people or don't do this thing. You've got this big, thing in the middle here, right? The tachyon particle chrono reactor. And it's going to be a fairly big room with this thing in the middle, and you're going to have this android head that you'll have to interact with as well. And you can see it here in this part of the map. It's complicated is all I'm going to say. Like, you have these different sequences that you have to do to try to shut this thing down with different rolls you're going to have to make with artifact checks. And these temporal rift entities to fight off, they're going to come out and try to stop you. This is I found that this was complicated. And if you're going to run this adventure, you're going to really need, and you want to run this encounter in essence, because there could be one that you don't even run. You're going to need to really understand how these different sequences work with the control station, the experimental TPK reactor, the core ejection sequence, the different power levels of the place, what happens when it gets to certain power levels. And then the simulation ends when the PC successfully shut down the reactor in the correct sequence. So really do your homework when you're reading this part if you're running this. And then we've got Where Gods Abide. This is really cool. This has got patron AIs. In essence, they have taken over these 3 different areas in this room. And it's going to be a thing where you can go and touch them, and based off your intelligence, you're going to be able to, in essence, maybe get them as a patron AI. So you're going to have, like, the first one is going to be Gaia, or Gaia, however you want to say it. And you're going to be able to approach, if your intelligence is something, it's going to pretty much give you what you need to become a shaman for that patron AI. It's just a neat way to kind of introduce that for players that want to be that character class once they get first level. You've got a Chroma in there, and then you've got Mangala. So it's going to just be, it's not really like a real nasty encounter or anything like that, but it's just going to be a cool way to kind of introduce them to those different patron AIs. And then finally here, in order to get out, you're going to have this Memory Core Alpha. It's pretty much, it says where the AI can be taken offline by PCs attempting to operate the control console with an artifact check. You're going to pretty much try to get out of this place. You're going to try to deactivate the holographic history AI. or remove the memory core isolinear chips will cause AI to appear and protest their actions as his consciousness slowly degrades with each module removed. So as each thing's taken away, it's going to try to stop you, and it may try to kill you. As you can see here, these people are getting fried down here on the ground. And it says that PCs that examine the chair-like device notice several strange artifacts attached to it. You climb into the chair, you'll be integrated with the AI neural network. Spasms painfully before going into a sleep mode from which they cannot be awakened until the subroutine updates to their cerebral cortex have been completed. So it says, while connected, PCs has the entirety of their life experiences, personality, and memories merged with the holographic history's AI quantum computer. There's a lot of big, flowing words here with this techno crud here. And so it says right here, after 2 rounds, the PC awakens as the holographic avatar of the AI. The avatar attacks by projecting quantum fields of hard light, and that's what's going to pretty much, destroy everybody, because it does 3d8 damage, 2 per round, and to a 0-level character, they're dead pretty much. Only successfully dealing enough damage or taking the AI offline will cause Avatar to vanish, so you've got to kind of attack that. It shows it's got AC 18 or 100 hit points, so there's going to be a lot of people dying here at the end, and they're going to just be, and what's going to happen is, whenever someone dies, their bodies are just going to kind of go and just disappear, almost like a video game, and a new character is going to pop up. And that's going to be helpful. So it says, if successful in defeating the party, the avatar will exit the facility, step into the real world, and begin the conversion of the PC's nearby tribe into the service of the nascent patron AI. So you obviously don't want that. You want to try to stop it. So I think that it's obviously, since it's a tournament, it's unique, and it may not be for everybody. You may not be able to really use it. It doesn't really say rules for using first level characters, because I think it's way even more deadlier than that. It's just supposed to be an absolute meat grinder. It's got some cool rooms in it. It's got some cool interactions. It's not, I don't think this is one that you're going to break out all the time. This is going to be for a special event or have a lot of people playing. Maybe at your store or convention, you're going to have a lot of fun with it, but it's not one that you're going to be able to just keep and grab whenever you want and say, hey, let's play this, I think. So overall, it's cool. A little bit confusing, a little bit in that one room, so do your homework when you're looking at that. And thanks for watching.